Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go getters. Y'all know what we got to do. We got to get Instagram connected. Then the show could start. What if I told you can build $1 million business in 12 months? Would you believe me? Let's get Insty on here. Come on, Insty. Come on, just give me the like. There we go. Boom, we're back, better than ever, greater than ever, more blessed than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go getters. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, mid-level professionals. Welcome back, corporate executives. Welcome back. What are we doing? Why are you here? We're building out $1 million business in public. And as always, I'm your host as well as your guide on this bill, known as Patrick Hart. In some circles, people call me that healthcare guy. So it depends on where you follow me. Today, we're going to be streaming across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I'll say that again, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Y'all know how we do it. We got the whole family in one place. And let me see, make sure I got my sound turned up. And everything. So let me officially welcome you with some energy. Let's get it. Today's Friday, so we got to get that Friday energy. I'm super excited. We're only 3 days away from the biggest drop that we had all year. So I wanted to talk about that today. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I see you, JS, already joining on Instagram. Thank you for tapping in, family. So let's do this right now. Okay, it is officially the chat box is going to be wide open. So family, if you agree with something, you disagree with something, it's just something you want to get off your chest, just put it in the chat box. I mean, come on, don't keep your thoughts private. Remember, we're building this thing in public, right? So this is for us. We're doing this thing together. So we got 2 big goals this year. I always kick this off like this. We got 2 big goals. The first big goal is to basically, I'll become your proof point, how we build out $1 million brand and $1 million business in 12 months. The second big goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem inside the newsletter. Okay. I always lead with this because a lot of people, whether you're a small business owner, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're trying to build your side hustle, whether you're trying to elevate yourself to get to that next level of your career success, always tell people, family, in today's time here in 2026, the thing you want to do is you want to own your own audience. What I mean by that, create that landing page, create that website, create that lead form, something where you're capturing people's information. This is valuable for you because we don't want to rely on the algorithm to help us push out the message. We know these algorithms across these social channels, they change every 60 to 90 days. And if you start playing that algorithm game, you can find yourself lost in the shuffle and then realize that maybe you don't have the strategy that it takes to create the visibility that you're looking for. So I always tell family, own your own ecosystem, create that landing page, create that website, create that ecosystem where people, like-minded individuals, they want to follow your journey. They want to invest in you. They want to rock with you. So as you move, as you dip, as you pivot, those people, they move, they dip, and they pivot with you as well, all right? So let me see already. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Let's get into it. Today's episode, man, episode 120 already. Can y'all believe that? Man, episode 120 already? Come on, let's get it. Yes, we've been super consistent. You guys have been super consistent. You continue to show up. You continue to give me love. You continue to challenge my ideas or my frame of thinking. You continue to support me, and it's much appreciated. Today, we're 3 days away from the biggest drop that we're going to have all year, which is going to be our branding and visibility $1 million playbook. That thing drops on June 29th. What's today? Today's June 26th. So yeah, we're right at 3 days away. We kicked this thing off January the 11th, 2026, and here we are, June 26, 2026. So we're 6 good months into this thing. And so far, we've developed an ecosystem of about 7,000 like-minded individuals. Remember, we're growing that thing to 50,000. So that means over the next 6 months, now we have to sharpen our strategy to figure out how do we pick up the next 43,000 like-minded individuals, right? So we'll be working on that throughout the rest of the year. All right, so I want to welcome you guys in. This is a good opportunity. I would say this, invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. I do these every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time, to 30 minutes or less. And if this is your first time coming in, I would thank you for you joining because we're building out $1 million business. The second thing too is if you're a returning viewer, you know what I say, family? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been giving me tons of love, tons of support, and it goes a long way, especially when you're building something like this in public. All right, so let's see. Let's get into it. Episode 120. What is episode 120? Oh, Chef, thanks for tapping in, fam. Let's see you on TikTok. Thanks for tapping in. Episode 120. Let me get to my thing. Get to my thing. Where's it at? Drum roll, please, Pat. Let's get it. Oh, Let's go. Episode 120. The title is 3 Days Before Launch. Here's what's going through my mind. Obviously, we need to talk about that because there's a lot happening behind the scenes. I just want to make sure it's fresh on my mind, it's fresh on your mind, so we can be super excited when that thing actually drops. I see you, Miss Kelly. I see you, Naman. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, Chef. Do me a solid, family. I see you, Diego. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, JS. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as LinkedIn. I said that, right? So the whole family's in one place. Chat box is officially open. Let's get into episode 120. Do me a solid. Invite some people right now. This is going to be your chance. Go through your phone, open it up, and share it with 3 people that you know they're building that thing. Those are the go-getters that you know. Like, they're building their business, they're building their brand, they're building, their reputation so they can get that 6-figure salary, so they can get that corner office. Those are the people that need to be part of this live, because every single day I feel like I drop insight that's going to help us get 1% better so we can get to the next level of our career success. I see you, Blood. I see you, Marsha. I see you, Chile. What's up? I see Chile. I see you, really. Was that real? Is that real? What's up, real? I see you, family. You know my vision. Like, listen, I got 20/20 vision, but when you get older, dude, when you get older, I'm telling you, when you get, like, right as soon as you hit 40, those reading glasses, they become handy. Like, real talk. I'm just saying. Like, I can see the distance, but you put something close up on me, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Where's my readers? I got to get those. But I don't want to be one of those guys that, like, you wear the string around your neck and your glasses are hanging. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm not there yet. So listen, I keep them close by, though. Look, they right here. I got it right here. I keep them close by. I keep my readers so I can see. I see you, KOAA. I see you, Head. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, what is that? Applesauce. What's up, Applesauce? All right, Blood. I see you, Erica. Thanks for tapping in. So 120, what are we talking about today? 3 days. 3 days from now. 3 days from now. I see, what's up, Erica? Thanks for tapping in, family. I see you. Thanks for the love. 3 days from now, the branding and visibility $1 million playbook actually launches. Can I say that again? 3 days from now, the branding and visibility $1 million playbook actually launches. Man, we've been talking about that thing enough, haven't we? Like, y'all gonna be like, Pat, dude, when is it gonna be here? You've been talking about that shit for like 8 months. And I know it hasn't been 8 months, but it feels like we've been talking about the thing for like 8 months, right? 3 days from now, the branding and visibility $1 million playbook, it actually launches. And I've been giving it some thought. I've been thinking about it. So I wanted to reflect on basically how we got to this point and what I've actually learned through this process, especially from building this thing in public. And when I'm thinking about this, like, I'm not thinking about it from like a place of an excitement. No, I'm not thinking about it like that. I'm just talking about from a place of reflection. Like, that's the standpoint that I want to lead with today. All right. Hey, whatever, Elon Musk, whatever you want to call me. But here's the thing. Visibility is what creates opportunities. Y'all want to tap in. I created my own personal website. You can check me out. Like, this is not my first foray of actually doing something like this. Like, I've never built things in public before, but I've always put myself in positions that made me uncomfortable, because I felt like the biggest growth, it comes from those uncomfortable situations. And it sounds cliche until you actually start doing it. And you find out your circle changes once you start putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. I found out so many times on my grind to become that corporate executive, right, that, dude, people get stuck, and they get stuck because they never really understood how to play the game. And building wealth, creating millionaires is actually a playbook. And a lot of people don't really understand it. The only thing you really have to do is follow the playbook of like-minded millionaires. So I always challenge people, like, look at your circle of influence. If your job or if your goal is to, hey, I want a 6-figure position, how many people within your circle of influence, with your 5 closest people, are they making 6 figures? If your job is, you say, okay, I want to be a millionaire, how many people out of the first 5 people you look up in your phone, your 5 favorite friends, whoever, how many of those people are actually millionaires? So I always challenge people like that. Put yourself in those situations, find those circles that's going to impact you, that's going to influence you, that's going to challenge you, that's going to make you elevate and rise beyond the circles that you haven't been in before. So I've been giving this thing some thought. I see you, Tia. What's up, family? Thanks for joining in. Well, yeah, I see you. Listen, you always bring the energy. So you're here. The show must go on now that you're here. I see you, Sandra. I see you. What is that? Something battle. I see you battle. Yep. I'm not even going to read your name, but it's going to F you. Yeah, that's that's your handle right there. I see you, family. Listen, y'all do me a solid before we really get into this thing. Invite other like-minded individuals. I really do appreciate that. We're growing this thing. We're building out $1 million business in public. Like-minded individuals can actually benefit from having these real-life conversations about people who've been there, people who challenge you, people who make you think outside the box. That's where the real understanding is. We want to challenge ourselves. We want to create. We want to create. I will say this: the people who rock with me, who follow me, they believe in freedom, right? They believe in opportunities. They believe in creating generational wealth. They believe that, you know what, I'm willing to work for my success. The only thing I need is just a framework or a playbook that's going to shorten the time for me to actually get there. So that's what we're actually doing. So I've been giving this a lot of thought lately when I've been building out this branding and visibility $1 million playbook. And again, not from a place of excitement. I'm just talking about from a reflection standpoint. Building this thing has taught me more than I expected it was. So here's today's message, family. I see you, Tia. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. You always give me tons of love, and I appreciate that. Look, I see you, Darren. Thanks for tapping in, family. I appreciate you, family. Listen, sometimes the biggest lesson, it isn't the thing that you're building, right? Sometimes the biggest lesson is not the thing you're building. It's who you become in the process while building that thing. Like, have you ever started working on something and then realized halfway through it that it was challenging you or changing you more than the project itself? Is it just me? Like, that's where I find myself reflecting this week, right? And what surprised me the most, it wasn't the amount of work that had to go into building the branding and visibility $1 million playbook. No, I fully expected I was going to work hard creating that thing. What surprised me the most was how much clarity came from the process. It almost felt like, I'm keeping it real, it almost felt like a therapy session. I'm not sure how many people actually went to therapy, especially Black people that look like us. We, for whatever reason, we have this stigma with therapy, but that's a sidebar. But it felt like a therapy session. Like, the course, it forced me to organize my ideas. It forced me to change my assumptions. It forced me to rethink my own personal thinking. It forced me to start simplifying concepts. It made my ideas much more sharper. And I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck, as I always do. The biggest thing that it gave me, it wasn't the content. No, it gave me clarity. It gave me clarity, like clarity around, okay, Pat, we're going to build this thing, clarity around who do you actually serve? If we're going to build this thing, what problems are we actually solving? If we're going to build this thing, clarity around what the business is actually becoming. And while I was reflecting on this, I realized that although I started out building a course, like when I really started building a course, what I really ended up building was a clear understanding of the mission that I was creating for the business. And that's where the value actually came for me. I was far more valuable than I expected it was going to be. So, a lot of people ask me, so how's your thinking changed to this? Like, one of the things that surprised me is how much my thinking has evolved over this process. Like, originally, family, I thought I was building a branding course. Real talk. I thought I was building a branding course. Then I started listening more. Then I started reading the comments. Then I started having real conversations with folks. Then I started paying attention to the DMs that were coming my way. And I realized something much different, family. Like, this isn't really about branding. This is about opportunity. That's what we're building. We're building opportunity. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. I see you, Freedom. Thanks for tapping in, family. I appreciate the love. I see you, Darren. That's what's up, family. Remember, the chat box is wide open. So if there's something you agree, disagree with, don't forget to, leave some comments, whatever. I see you, Rob Dunn, YouTube. Thanks for tapping in, family. So let me say this. This is really not about a branding. It's about opportunity. It's about, listen, people don't wake up wanting a personal brand. I don't know how many people just wake up and go, oh, let's step into a personal brand today. That's normally not how it works. People want what a personal brand actually creates. And what we're looking for is we're looking for more opportunity. We're looking for more visibility. We're looking for more credibility. We're looking for more influence. We're looking for more career growth. We're looking for business growth, right? So visibility is simply just the vehicle that's actually going to provide those things that we're looking for. And you know what? That actually changed everything for me. Like, it changed the way I started talking about the playbook. It changed the way that I started structuring the lessons that I put inside. It changed the way that I think about the problems that we're actually solving. So, someone asked me the other day, there's like, okay, Pat, well, what would you do differently if you started all over again? Listen, family, if I see you, family. I see you, Daniel. Thanks for tapping in, family. I appreciate you. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Y'all do me a solid really quick before we get into this next talking point. We got two big goals, right? The first big goal is we're actually building out $1 million brand, $1 million business. We're doing it in public. So I'm your host, Patrick Hart, and then in some circles known as that healthcare guy. The second big goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem inside the newsletter. If you haven't tapped into that newsletter, I would appreciate seeing your name, your information on the inside. That's where you're going to have the biggest value when you're building not only your personal brand, but you're leveling up to get your career success. I mean, I got frameworks, I got insights. You're going to be privy to the brand and the visibility $1 million playbook. Plus, I created an ecosystem of like-minded individuals that's going to support each other on our efforts to grow. Like this is actually what we're doing, right? So y'all make sure y'all sign up for the newsletter. The other thing too, invite other like-minded individuals. I do these every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time. I become your proof point on all the things that I do right, all the things that I do wrong, in order to build out that $1 million brand. And I keep it 100 with you every single time. If something is great, it's great. If it's bad, it's bad. I'll tell you what it is, right? I don't think there's no value, or I would say the biggest value comes from really understanding what that actual process looks like. And it takes a lot of time and effort. And there's going to be another segment where I talk about the hours that I put in on a daily basis, like understanding like what I do from the morning all the way to the evening to actually create this personal brand. And that we're going to use that for another separate segment as well. So, and Bonita, I see you tapping in, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. So people always ask me, it's like, well, Pat, dude, if like, what would you do differently if you have to start all over again? I see you, Valicious. Thanks for tapping in, family. Like, if I started over again tomorrow, I would actually start talking about this much sooner. And I know I've been building this thing in public every single day, but I would actually start talking about like the course, the playbook. I would actually start talking about that much sooner. Like I would have shared more like behind the scenes moments. I would have actually shared, probably played you some of the scripts, some of the conversations that I had when we were actually building that thing. I probably would have did that too. I would have asked more questions earlier too, right? I would have gathered more feedback way earlier. And then one thing that building in public has actually taught me is that people, man, honestly, people want to be part of the journey. Like I realized that. Yeah, y'all don't know how many conversations I have behind the scenes, how many DMs that I get where people are super excited and they just want to know how to get started, what systems am I using, what automations, what frameworks, all those kind of things, because they're trying to grow their business, they're trying to grow their brand, all of that stuff. So you're teaching branding. Okay, yeah. So Freedom, thanks for tapping in. Yeah, part of this, Freedom, is branding. Part of this is branding. The other part of this is just how to create the right visibility for yourself so you can create the right opportunities. The other thing too is, a lot of people that I work with, they're actually building a business, right? Or they're interested in building a business and they don't understand, like they understand what they want to build, but they don't understand how to get started. They don't understand the frameworks or the systems that need to go in place. They don't understand how to automate their visibility in such a way where you're creating opportunities for yourself. So you get a lot of that during this discussion that I'm talking about. Plus you get a lot of that if you join the newsletter, the brand, you want to tap into that. So one thing that I was talking about, like when you're building in public, it's taught me that people, they really do. They want to be part of the journey, right? It's not the destination. People are super excited about the journey. And sometimes, family, sometimes you know what we do? Sometimes we wait until everything that we've been working on, it feels polished to us before we start showing it to other people. And, I shared this before. I actually think that's backwards. Sometimes that messy middle, the ugly part of your build, sometimes by putting it out there, you're going to attract the people that are willing to actually help you see that thing through or build that thing through. So I actually thought it was backwards. Like the audience has helped me think better when I've been doing this thing. Like the conversations improve the product, the feedback, it improves the messaging. The community actually improves the outcomes that we're building here. And, that's something that, I carry with me forever that I've learned from this thing, building in public. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely valuable information. I see you, Wizard. I see you, Wardrobe LLC as well. I see you. Is that and boy? I can't even see your name. Remember, I got 20/20 vision, but when it's close to me like that, man, I need my readers. I need my readers. Real talk. I need my readers. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Another question somebody asked me is, okay, Pat, well, what are you proud of? What are you most proud of? And what I'm proud of, it isn't the course itself. We did put a lot of time, energy, and investment into building something that I feel like is going to take people to another level. It's gonna expose another version of themselves that maybe they wanted to tap into, but for whatever reason they either too afraid or they didn't have the right information or the right framework or the structure to help them reveal that other version of themselves. What I'm most proud of is that, like, we actually did this thing in public. Like, I showed up every single day. Some of you guys have been with me from day one. Some of you are brand new into this, but we've been doing this thing since January the 11th, 2026. Here we are, June 26th, 2026. So we've been super consistent every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time. This is the place to be. Like, the audience has seen the process, the daily lives, the adjustments that we make in real time, the lessons that we actually learned from here, the moments where things became much clearer for our framework and our thought process, the moments where I actually changed my mind thanks to you guys. You helped the build. Like, the landing page that we created was thanks to you, because we started thinking about that thing in February. It was like, okay, if we're going to invest our money, we're building this business, we're only a month into it, we're building our business, where are we going to have the biggest impact of return on investment? And we all voted. We voted, okay, let's start with the landing page. From there, we went from a landing page to a back-end architect to started working on our funnel systems, right? All of that started taking place. So now we slowly has that stuff in place. I mean, Michael P, I see you. Michael Burns, I see you, family. Thanks for tapping in. You sound like what you're doing. You like the camera setup. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this is like personal branding, doing this thing in public has done a lot for me. I think the biggest thing, I've always been a confident person, right? That was never a challenge of mine. I've always been one of those outgoing, extroverted people. That was never a challenge of mine. But just the insight and understanding when you have a live audience that actually challenges your framework or actually adds to the way you think, that's the growth measure for me. Like, that's been so freaking valuable, right? Those moments have helped change my mind. And that's important when we're building this thing together. Too many people, I've seen it all the time, and you guys see it in your thread. I don't care who you follow us, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. Too many people, they only share with you the highlight reel. They talk about, oh, I built $1 million business and I did it in 90 days. And they never told you how they do it. But they, you know what I'm saying? They're sitting in a car, they got money in their hand, they're on the phone, walking into a business office, acting like they actually did something. Really, dude, actually building something, when you're actually building something, it takes time, effort, it takes resources, but it also takes the right playbook. And that's what I'm actually dropping, the branding and visibility $1 million playbook. Not only is it a playbook to help us get unstuck, not only is it a playbook to create visibility, but the playbook is designed to also give you a framework to how to price yourself. I see so many entrepreneurs, mid-level professionals, they want to create their side hustle, but where they get stuck is, okay, I got an idea, I think I got a product, I don't actually know how to price things. We put that in the playbook, so you're going to have access to it as well. What I wanted to do is I wanted to share the journey, right? I thought that was so important for me because I want to get past all the fake bullshit you see online and see someone that's actually real talk in front of the camera, actually building something with a community, right? So that's what I wanted to do. I see you, Ina. Thanks for tapping in already. I see you, family. Welcome back, family. I see you. Hey, what's up, family? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. So I wanted to share the journey, even if it wasn't perfect. The thing was, because it's real. I'm real. What we're actually creating, the impact, that's real. That's what was important to me. You know, if you follow me, especially on LinkedIn, because we, you know, part of the strategy we talked about early on was like, okay, you can be visible everywhere, but that doesn't mean your ROI or return on investment is going to be what you're looking for, right? So even though we're streaming across multiple channels, we decided early on, okay, we're going to focus on one channel first. We're going to understand how the algorithm works. We're going to dominate that, right? And then from there, we're going to start scaling. So we started with LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn already, it's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we've got approaching 1.3 million impressions and reached over 500,000 people in just 90 days. And that was just 90 days. We're not even counting the first 6 months. So right now, if we're looking over just the last year, we're at 2 million plus impressions. And that's steady growing because what we've been working on is compounding. We started following a simple formula that actually creates visibility for ourselves. And then that visibility actually created opportunities. I told you before, one of the things we're going to recap is all the opportunities that came my way so far. I mean, we're talking about 2 major publications where they're going to be dropping soon. And I'm going to be announcing, we're talking magazine cover features. That's going to be dropping as well. We're talking about 2 different cohorts where people slid into the DMs and say, hey, Patrick, I like your frame of thought. I like your leadership methodology. I'll be interested in collaborating with you on some cohorts. Those things are going to be dropping as well. We're talking about how much love and respect that we've already gotten so already across LinkedIn. And that's just LinkedIn. We haven't even added the other ones. So right now, what we understand is the framework, it actually works. It's taking place. And I understand this too. Not everybody is an extrovert like I am. That's why I created the playbook, because you don't have to be an extrovert in order to create the visibility impact if you follow the framework. I always share this. Millionaires actually follow a playbook. They're not guessing how to create wealth. They actually follow a playbook. You tap into anybody you know, there's a formula that they follow that they either copied, they regenerated from somebody else, and then they actually started inserting themselves into it. And so that's what we created. Each camera, it looks like you're live recording. Let me say, I think it's because it looks like each camera, it looks like you're live recording, possibly in front of an audience much larger than the audience. It's cool. Yeah. Actually, Michael, I got a camera right here and I got a camera right here. So there's two cameras, one on the front and one on the side. I got lights on both sides. At some point, I can show you guys my setup so you can see what that setup looks like. But this is live, and so I do make mistakes. But I think that's the part that a lot of people appreciate, because guess what? This is not AI. It's truly me. This is not a pre-recording. I'm actually here right now speaking. What is June 26th? It's 12:26 p.m. So it's live for us, and I'm Central Standard Time. So we're 3 days away from the launch, and I want to share with you right now, family. Oh yeah, I appreciate you, Ina. Yeah, keep showing up. Listen, you know who I'm showing up for? I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for you. I'm showing up for all the other like-minded individuals. Here's the thing. Representation matters. And we're talking about representation. It's not only about how someone looks. It's actually what somebody's doing, especially if you see yourself in their shoes or they're doing something that you would actually like to do as well. That's representation. So I show up for me. I show up for you. And I'm not quitting doing this thing. Whether we reach $1 million or not, the proof is in the pudding. The results are actually starting to compound. And that's where people need to live. We need to be comfortable understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. It's a compounding effect that you actually create. It doesn't happen to you. It happens for you because of the efforts that you actually put in place. And that's why we're building our $1 million brand. Yep. Countless number of video meetings I just haven't seen done like this. Yeah, absolutely. Man, listen, I like to be a game changer. At least I think I'm a game changer, Michael, but thanks for tapping in. So we're 3 days away from the biggest launch that we did all year. And when I say our biggest launch, it's our only launch that we did all year. Remember, part of our strategy is we wanted to build trust. We wanted to build a community. We wanted to build an audience. We wanted to build frameworks. We wanted to build understanding before we started ever selling anything, right? We're building our business in public, right? And so that was part of our structure. You and I, we decided that thing early on back in January, February, when we laid out the playbook. And now it's starting to come to fruition for us. So now we're only 3 days away from the biggest launch that we ever had. And you know what I'm thinking about? I'm not thinking about revenue. I'm thinking about impact at this point. I'm thinking about the professionals who are incredibly talented, but they keep getting overlooked. I'm thinking about the leaders who are doing great work, but they struggle to communicate their value. I'm also thinking about the entrepreneurs that are extremely brilliant, but they're invisible to the right people. I'm thinking about the people who've been waiting for opportunities instead of learning how to create those. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, those are the people that I've been thinking about right here. Listen, family, I want to say this. If we can help enough people solve that problem right there, everything else is going to take care of itself. The revenue will, the growth will, the business will, all of it is going to begin to take care of itself. So I'm going to keep it all the way 100 like I always do. No matter what happens on this launch, on launch day, the process has already changed me, right? I think it's changed us as well. It's changed how I think about the business. It changed how I think about visibility. It's changed how I think about building something meaningful as well as impactful. The playbook launches in 3 days, family. 3 days. I'm super excited about that. But the lessons from building it, man, those are priceless. And those are going to stick with me long after we actually drop the branding and visibility $1 million playbook. And that's what's been on my mind lately, family. Listen, we're 3 days away from the biggest launch that we had all year. There's a QR code. You can sign up for the wait list. There's the floating banner, depending on where you're following me from. There's the link that I have in the bio. Make sure you sign up for that. Honestly, I'm going to limit it to the first 250 people because there's so much valuable information in there. I do understand that there's going to be some secondary meetings, some information that's need to take place. And that's why I created a community. You're going to get access to that community as well off the branding and visibility. It's a private community just for like-minded individuals to ensure that we're actually working towards the success that we say we're wanting to work towards. Listen, I really do appreciate y'all. Really do. Y'all been rocking with me. I've been rocking with you. We've been rocking with one another. Y'all do me a solid. Y'all make sure y'all invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. Like I said, I do these every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time. And then the other thing too, right now, open up your phone, scan the QR code that I have right up the top right-hand corner of the box. It's right there. Where's it? It's right, yeah, right there. Y'all want to scan that thing right, yeah, whatever, it's right there. Y'all want to scan that thing so you can get first dibs on the Branding and Visibility $1 Million Playbook. Of course, on Monday, we're going to have a launch. We're going to be super excited about that thing. But once again, family, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. And until Monday, let's have the weekend. Let's get it. We got the World Cup. We got Toy Story that just came out. We got, what else just came out? What's that other movie that just came out that I'm going to check out today? Oh, Jackass. Jackass just came out. So we're going to check that out as well. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Same time, same place, same energy. Much love, family. Until next time, let's get it.